This is a topic only a transgender person can bring up.
Oh, is that
and
right?
The rest of us should never ask.
So I can't ask questions?
So how did you decide to put it in the book at
Alright.
all? This book is about honesty.
Oh, it's about honesty.
But that doesn't mean in the future that I have to talk about it, that I'm going to dwell. The media may, but I am not going to dwell on that subject. You know, and I would make a suggestion to all people out there, don't ask the question. It's not an appropriate question.
Not an appropriate question.
Any trans person.
Okay. Well, sorry, Brucelyn. I got some questions.
Niggas tryna shine, but they diamonds fake. Fuck off my.
Is he a what?
A guy or boy?
I'm transgender.
So you a boy?
No.
You a girl?
No.
So you nothing?
Yeah.
Are you a crackhead?
What's poppin', YouTube? Welcome back to the Doug Vision channel. You did. Today, we talking about why people keep saying there's not a gay agenda. That teaching kids about LGBTQ rights or whatever y'all call it. Why that's not going to turn the kids gay and it's not confusing kids. I disagree, and I got the proof here to show y'all. But before we get started, make sure you hit that comment button, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And throughout the video, leave comments on what y'all think of the videos and the news articles I read. First things first, we're gonna react to this video. We're gonna watch this video right here and talk about this video. Little girl, I think she got suspended for being so-called homophobic. When let's get something straight here. Most people aren't homophobic. Most people don't give a fuck that you're gay. If you want to be gay, go ahead, be gay. Most people don't care. But it's the fact that I have to give you a round of applause because you come out the closet and tell me that you want to suck dicks. I don't care, bro. Be gay. It's your business. But don't make it to where I have to give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it to where I have to give you an award for being gay. Like they gave Caitlyn Jenner the Woman of the Year. Well, she's not even a real woman. Well, it's a he. I don't care that you wear a dress and wear a wig. Still a dude, bro. You're a biological male. You know what I'm saying? They gave him Woman of the Year. How are you the Woman of the Year? You ain't even been woman for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to get into this. They called her homophobic. And let's get something straight. Homophobic, transphobic, those words are used nowadays just so people don't have to talk to you, or they're just blanket terms, you know, to try to make you seem hateful when you... It's not that you don't accept, because by saying do what you want to do, that's accepting. But they want you to agree that that lifestyle is okay. When you don't have to agree with that lifestyle that says okay. I don't agree that being an alcoholic is okay. I don't agree that being a drug addict is okay. I don't agree with being a homeless person is okay. I don't agree with a lot of stuff. Don't mean I don't accept you. Like I accept that you want to do what you want to do. That's your choice. Do what you want to do. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna show you why the gay agenda is real, and people keep saying it's not, but it's real. Watch this. First video right here.
I only learned what homophobic means the other day, and it means that you don't like LGBT people.
She learned what homophobic means the other day. This is a 10-year-old little girl.
So I was confused over when she said that I was being very homophobic.
We're all confused when they say that. Y'all can read that yourself. I don't want to read it.
I'm not homophobic. I'm just against the point of putting it in schools and teaching it to children.
And y'all probably asking, why would she be opposed of that? You know? Because LGBT people they're people too. They have rights or whatever you want to call it. But let's get something straight. How is being gay? How is that? How is being gay not a choice? Why is me learning about your choices validating you? I don't care, bro. That's your choice, bro. Why are you telling me that a sexual act, because being gay, you have to have a sexual act. Why are you telling me that sucking another man's dick is not gay? That's a sexual act. You choose to do that. Nobody forces you to suck dick. Nobody forces other women to eat ass. Eat it, not eat. Eat other girls' pussy. Nobody forces them to do shit like that. Nobody forces men to put on wigs. You choose. You guys choose to do that. You choose to cut your dick off. You choose to take testosterone. You choose those things. So for you to choose things and tell me that I have to agree with it, it's crazy. It's crazy. Because it is a choice. And I'm not gonna let you tell me it's not a choice. But that's fine. Like I said, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. Just don't try to make it seem like I'm transphobic when I just say I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Or homophobic. Because most of the time people say this shit is bullshit. But let's finish the video.
I think that they're trying to confuse children into saying, what are you? Because before anybody knew what LGBT meant, everybody knew what gender they were. But now people are confused and they're saying that they're bisexual and trans because they're confused, and people are trying to say it's okay.
She's 10. She knows they're confused. She knows that. So, if a 10-year-old can see that, why when an adult says they don't want their children learning about this shit, this is the big problem. You're trying to confuse the children. That's what you're doing. Adults know this. And for a 10-year-old to call this out, she specifically said, before this stuff got brought up, nobody ever knew what this stuff was. They just knew you were a boy or girl. Now people are changing. Now kids are changing. Because kids don't know any better. They're confused. Kids are impressionable. They get confused easy. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue this.
But before all of this happened, they were completely confident of who they were. But
they were completely confident. Now, all of a sudden, they don't know what they are. Because you're teaching them nonsense.
My mom isn't telling me to say this. It's completely myself. Because my mom's not the one that's going to school to see this happening. I am. So this is my opinion on what I'm saying to...
And she can't even have an opinion. She gets kicked out of school because she has a difference of opinion. They want you to conform. They want you not to speak out against this stuff. She's like, fuck that. She's 10. She knows better. She knows what's up. Some adults are stupid. We're like, oh yeah, shut the fuck up. This horse shit.
To stop LGBT lessons from happening in school. Because it's really affecting other kids. And even though you might not think that it's affecting other kids, it is, because now they are losing confidence in themselves and looking at themselves and thinking, why am I this person? Why can't I be someone else?
She's 10. She knows this. She's 10. She before she was in school before it started, and she's in school when it started, and she's seeing the ramifications of this shit. She sees it. It's bright as day. She's saying they're not confident anymore. They're confused. She said they're confused. She knows what confusion is. She's not stupid.
The teacher said this is actually doing good for the kids. It's bringing them knowledge and be more happy with themselves. Are you saying that this is doing the opposite?
Yes, I'm saying that teachers and other people that are teaching this to young kids are completely wrong, because they're saying that it's doing children and people good, but it's not. Because before all this happened, people knew who they were, and they knew who they're proud of, and they knew their self. But since this came out and into school, children are now facing the choice of what gender they are by the age of 4. Some people by the age of 4 are saying that I don't want to be a girl anymore, or I don't want to be a boy anymore. But that's because schools or nurseries are trying to say to children that it's okay to become something else that you're not.
See what she said? She said schools are trying to tell children that it's okay to become something that you're not. This is crazy. This is crazy. And you think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? You think she's just saying anything? Watch this next. Watch this. Alright, so the story came out. It came out May 9th. As you can see, it says parents suing school district for $1 million. Alleged teacher asks son if he's transgender. Okay, they keep saying they're not trying to make the kids gay. It's not gonna make your kids gay. They keep saying that. Let's read the story. Woodburn, Oregon. Parents in Woodburn said their 8-year-old son was held back from recess multiple times for one-on-one conversations about his gender identity, and they had no idea. The mother and father in Woodburn are now suing a school district for nearly $1 million after they say a second-grade teacher singled out their son by asking if he was transgender. The parents say that the teacher had an inappropriate conversation with their child at school without their permission. To protect their son's privacy, the parents are not sharing their identity. Let me read some more. He feels different now. He feels confused. To hear your son say that on the couch talking to a therapist, holding back tears, is very... Bruh, stop this shit, bro. Stop playing with the kids, bro. Leave the kids out of this, bro. This is horse. Stop with this horse shit. And they say it's not gonna make your... They're not trying to make your kids gay. Well, what is this? The fuck is this? What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? This is that bullshit, bro. Like, stop telling me it's raining, but you pissing on my head. Stop that, bro. Stop it. This shit gotta stop, bro. Like, nobody cares that you're gay. Like, do you? But don't teach this shit to children. Because children are impressionable. They don't know any better. Their brains aren't even developed. So they have thoughts and things, but it's easy to influence children's thoughts and to confuse them. This boy's holding back tears because the teacher's confusing the fuck out of him. What type of bullshit is this? Get the fuck out of here with this horse shit. So this right here is the video of some Muslim parents. I think they Muslim parents. Some Muslim parents in I think London, England, where the little girl's from. And they're not with the fuck shit. They're not with it. I wish parents in America wasn't so fucking pussy. Pussy ass American parents. And would speak up for their kids and say, we're not for this shit. You can do what you want to do. It's your choice. But when you involve my children in it, that's when it becomes a problem. Wish parents in America here would do that. But they don't. Because they're pussy. They're scared of being called homophobic. They're scared of being ostracized and kicked out of society. When most people probably agree with me. Yeah, but let's watch this video right here.
You must respect our rights. You must respect our moral way of thinking.
Anderton Park Primary
Parents
is
do
the
know what's
latest
best,
school in
sometimes.
Birmingham to face protests calling for teaching about gay relationships to be stopped.
Other children are innocent, the early age, and we just don't want them to be their mind to be corrupted. Argument is not
exactly
that don't teach them, it's that why you teaching them at this age.
Being Muslim and being homosexual.
Why are you teaching them so young? That's the problem. Why are you teaching them so young? Being gay is a sexual act. Why not teach them sexual acts when you teach them about in what's that, sex ed or whatever? If you want to do it, then you know it's probably better to do it then. But some people still agree, which some people would still disagree, which I would. A lot of parents would. But if you're gonna do it, why not do it? What did I learn? Sex ed in the 7th grade? How about do it in high school or when you learn in sex ed? How about not do it then? Because these are sexual acts. Why are you teaching kindergartners, 4-year-olds, and just 5-year-olds about this shit?
Fortunately, it doesn't coincide together. But the Muslim community in the school is saying that aside, we do not discriminate against the LGBT community.
Exactly. They're not discriminating. They just don't want their young kids to be taught this shit.
You almost need to sit in a school like ours and listen to what's being said and the unpleasantness that it causes and the homophobic nature of some of the things that are said. We've had so many emails from all over the country.
It's not homophobic to not want your kids to learn about this stuff. It's not. That's the trick. They make it seem like you hate gay people. And it's just like, no, I just don't want my kids to learn about that stuff. That's not homophobic. Especially these are fucking damn near toddlers. Why is it so important to teach toddlers this shit? The ones who are still taking everything in. Why? Why?
Head teachers in Croydon, Manchester, saying this is happening to me in my school, and this should not be the case. So yes, I am calling on the Secretary of State to come out very clearly.
She likens what's happening to the so-called Trojan horse scandal. In 2014, Ofsted found evidence of an organised campaign in Birmingham to impose faith-based ideology in secular schools.
Kind of hands.
But most of the, okay, you can say it's religious based, but most people that are religion don't want their kids learning this shit. It's a lot of people that's not religion. So for you to point out that it's religion based, just because religious people are boycotting this, most people don't want their kids learning this shit. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing at all to do with religion.
Table, I demand that.
Okay, for y'all that watch this video and that get to this point, how many of y'all want y'all kids to learn about this shit? Let me know down below in the comment section. How many of y'all want y'all kids to learn about this shit? Especially 4-year-olds. Kids in elementary school. Let me know in the comment section how many of y'all want y'all kids to learn about this shit in elementary school.
Will not teach children it's alright to have 2 mums. Those kind of behaviours are very, very similar, if not identical, to what happened 5, 6, 7 years ago in Trojan horse times.
The school says the way homosexuality is discussed, particularly with little children, is using storybooks. So this one is about a baby penguin with 2 dads. And this story, King and King...
A baby penguin? A baby penguin with 2 dads. They're not even doing it with humans. They're doing it with animals. Penguins aren't homosexuals. How do you think the penguins feel about you? Whatever y'all say, misgender, whatever the fuck y'all say. How do you think the penguins feel about y'all saying the penguins are gay? Did you think about the penguins' feelings, since everybody's feelings have to be addressed, since everybody has to care about what your feelings are? How do you think the penguins feel? I don't think the penguins really appreciate that.
Follows a prince who falls in love with another prince.
This is an aggressive indoctrination.
Demonstrations
it is
at
an
Parkfield
indoctrination.
Community School have forced teachers there to stop
That's
the
what
lessons,
it is.
despite Ofsted saying
100% an indoctrination.
are age appropriate. Lee Trust, that runs this and 4 other schools, have also suspended the classes. The protests are causing concern for gay Muslims in this community.
Hearing them right now, it's quite heartbreaking because the Muslim community right now, what they're doing is alienating themselves from the rest of the community again.
The Department for Education say they want children to know there are many types of relationships and trust head teachers to decide what's appropriate for children. Becky Johnson, Sky News.
Why do you have to teach little? That the problem is not that you're teaching them, it's that you're teaching them at such a young age. That's the problem. Like the story before. She was trying to convince him that he was transgender. He was confused. That's the problem. People don't want their fucking kids confused. Alright, now let's watch this video right here.
A family can be made up in many different ways.
It's called SOGI, for sexual orientation and gender identification.
Sexual orientation. That's the first word. These are little kids. Why are they being taught anything sexual? Why? Why?
A curriculum that teaches public school students across Canada to celebrate the homosexual lifestyle and that gender is fluid. In other words, your gender is not dependent on what parts you were born with, but rather what you feel like.
Do y'all hear this horse shit? This is horse shit. So you telling me if I said I feel like Spider-Man, I'm Spider-Man? That's what you're telling me? I feel like Spider-Man, I guess I'm Spider-Man. That's what you're just saying. What you feel like. There's no logic in that. There's absolutely no logic in that. Just because you feel like something means you are that. I'm 26. I feel 19 today. Does that make me 19?
Moment. There's people that are boys. There's people that are girls. There are people whose gender might be a little bit of both, or might even be neither.
Okay. But there are people that are born with male parts and female parts. Those people actually do exist. That's different. That's different than saying you were born a boy and now you're a girl. That's two totally different things.
Include books about transgender children, such as 10,000 Dresses, and songs like The Rainbow Song.
Gender won't decide the choices we make. Some boys like dressing up, some girls like catching snakes.
What the fuck is this
The SOGI
horseshit?
curriculum started in British Columbia in 2016 and is quickly spreading throughout Canada.
Had to be the
I
Brits.
just thought, who decided that this was okay to teach our children?
Author and
That's the question. Who decided that this was okay? Who decided? Obviously, the parents don't get to decide. Take your kids out of public school. Home train them. Because obviously you don't have a say in what your kids learn.
Speaker Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson is a leading voice against the SOGI curriculum.
And we are seeing the results of that now, because some kids are reacting very emotionally and saying, and they're in fear. Will I suddenly struggle with feeling like a different gender inside of my body?
Carrie Simpson of Culture Guard, another leading opponent, calls the curriculum nothing short of child abuse.
All those beautiful qualities that make young girls, beautiful girls and women, are being basically vilified. The things that make our boys boys are being, taken from them. So things of equating young men to being strong protectors is something that's now evil.
But Morgan Auger, a transsexual and supporter, claims it's about acceptance, not indoctrination.
It's not about acceptance. Because nobody's saying nobody's saying you can't do what you want to do. And that's what they say. It's not about acceptance. It's not. Because why are you teaching me about your shit? Whatever you want to do, go do it. That's what people say. Whatever you want to do, go do it. It's not about acceptance. Acceptance is saying That's what you want to do? I'm fine with that. Agreements, or whatever the word is two totally different things. It is.
The idea is to teach kids that there are gay kids and there are trans kids and there are trans parents and gay parents in our society, and everybody's wanted and desired. After all, that's what our Human Rights Code says, and it's the role of schools.
But this is a choice. You choose to look crazy. You choose to look like a woman, but have the voice of a 40-year-old man who sounds like he smokes cigars. You chose that.
To teach the following of our laws, right?
Simpson.
It's not the laws. What was that laws? It's not a law.
Agrees, saying she sees Soji's real goal as
altering our culture from a heteronormative society into one where anything goes, no boundaries,
exactly,
no values.
That's what they're trying
morals.
To do.
It's a hedonistic cult, basically, what they're implying.
Another blaring example: drag queen story time.
Look at this
It's happening
shit
in Canada and America, where some public schools and libraries
Save your
invite
children,
drag
folks.
queens. Some dress
Look at
like
this shit.
porn.
Look at this shit. This motherfucker looks like the devil. Who the fuck wants the devil reading books to their children? Who the fuck wants a horned...
to read to young children.
And it's a social deconstructionist agenda. They're using children, little 5-year-olds, to accomplish this, and parents are waking up and saying no.
When asked about parents' rights, OJ says,
well, actually, in Canada, parents' rights are limited, and children's rights are put ahead. So the child has the right to be protected from the parents when the parents behave badly.
Canada is known
How
as
is it behaving badly when you don't want your kid? So it's behaving badly to say that this isn't best for your kid. That's behaving badly. Okay, confused person.
friendly countries.
And I didn't say you were confused because you're a man and you think you're a woman. I didn't say you're confused because of that. I said you're confused because you think children know what's best for them when an adult has had way more life experience, learned more, and been around a lot longer than a child. But hey, maybe I'm confused.
World, with many of their largest cities featuring their own gay villages, like here in Vancouver, which has literally rolled out the Rainbow Road. Most gays, like village resident Dave Davy DiCarlo, support Soji and limiting parental rights.
The change that we have...
Whoa, they want to limit parental rights. They don't give a fuck about parents saying what's best for their kids. They give a fuck about what they give a fuck about.
To see is sometimes the parents and the kids are doing actually really okay.
This is very scary stuff.
Longtime Vancouver area pastor Kevin Kavanaugh says this is far more serious than most Canadian Christians realize.
Our problem is not the teachers, the educators, the administrators. This is a battle in the heavenlies.
He says Satan is going after their most vulnerable, the children.
Okay. Let me say something right here. I believe in God, I believe in the devil. I'm not really a religious person. I'm not really religious. But I wholeheartedly 100% agree with what he just said. I do.
The little girl came home in tears because the teacher had told her, since she was playing with some toys in the class that were deemed to be masculine in nature, that she was likely a boy in a girl's body.
So playing with boy toys makes you a boy? This is nonsense. This is fucking nonsense, bro. Oh, I'm so tired of this shit, bro.
The mother went to the school the very next day, and instead of having any sort of tolerance or support or understanding, she was actually called names. She was told that she was a homophobe, that she was a bigot.
With that in mind, Tyler Thompson, Simpson, and Pastor Kevin are spreading their message across social media and in town hall meetings. The pro-gay backlash has been fierce.
And the
hatred and the anger and the bullying that came against us, even though we said, we love you, we don't take from you the opportunity and the freedom to live as you choose. We love you, but we do not agree with you.
Exactly. It's the difference between acceptance and agreements. It's two totally different things.
Pastor Kevin believes Canadian Christians are in a 2 Chronicles 20 moment.
The word was this battle is not yours, Jehoshaphat. This battle is the Lord's.
And the church is beginning to prepare for what it takes to fight for our kids.
The battle between an aggressive homosexual agenda and the faith community here in Canada is far from over. But many Christian leaders say it may be the issue that causes a once sleeping church to rise up and be heard. Wendy Griffith, CBN News.
Shit's getting ridiculous. Alright, so we got this clip now. So people keep saying... People keep trying to burn the lines between men and women, saying men are exactly not like men and women are exactly the same, which is horseshit, which is totally horseshit. That's why when they try to push this shit, saying boys and girls can compete at the same sport, that's not fair to the girls. It's not, because men are biologically. This is a biological fact. We are biologically stronger, faster. Fast twitch muscles, our reflexes are faster. Our bones, we have more bone density. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch this video right here. This is a transgender boy wins the girls wrestling title. What type of horse shit is that?
Transgender high school athlete won a state championship this weekend, but he would have preferred wrestling against boys, not girls. Tony DeCopel has the story.
Mac Beggs fought his way to a girls' Texas high school wrestling championship on Saturday. But because the new champion identifies as a boy, he was pulled unwillingly into a new fight. This one about the rights of transgender Americans.
I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my teammates. That's honestly what the spotlight should have been on, is my teammates.
The 17-year-old high school junior is among an estimated 1.4 million people in this country who identify as transgender.
In Beggs' case, his birth certificate says he's a girl, but he identifies as a boy and is taking doctor-prescribed testosterone to help his transition. Some girls have forfeited rather than face him, and he
That's
says
not
he'd
fair.
wrestle against.
He's taking basically steroids. Well, see, I'm confused now. She's taking steroids. Testosterone is fucking steroids. It's cheating. It's not fair. I didn't even watch this video at first. I thought it was the other way around. Because there are stories where boys go play against girls and they win. Wait, watch this. Let's see if we can find one. I know it's one right here. Watch this. Oh, right here. Perfect. Right here.
A male British rapper has broken a women's weightlifting record while identifying as a female to highlight what he calls the absurdity of claims there's no biological strength difference between men and women.
He did it to be funny, and they let him do it.
Hearing about how biological men don't have any physical strength advantage over women in 2019.
Shit is ridiculous.
So watch me destroy the British women's deadlift record without trying. P.S. I identified as a woman whilst lifting the weight. Don't be a bigot.
Don't be a bigot.
Zubi's viral tweet got over 1 million views and comes amid a backlash against the growing number of athletes identifying as female in women's events. British Olympic swimmer Sharon Davies tweeted that women's sport must be, quote, protected from people born as men. However, the world's first
this is the lunacy and hypocrisy. It's not. Everybody's not comfortable with shit, but it's about what a small minority of people are comfortable with. That's not how you run a society. You don't pick the lesser minority and make their agenda the overall agenda. It's not how you run a society, folks. It's not. It's really not. All right, now we got this piece of horse shit right here. So this is my biggest problem with the gay community. they keep lumping themselves in with black people. Why do y'all keep lumping yourself in with black people? Y'all were never slaves. Y'all were never stolen from your land. Y'all was never took. Your name was never took and given a new name by massa. Y'all didn't have to go through that shit for 400 years. You don't choose to be black. I don't get to wake up and say, I'm not black today. I'm white. Why? Because this color of my skin, I don't choose this shit. But you have a choice. You don't have to say you're gay. You can just be gay. And nobody knows. I can't just be black and nobody will not know I'm black. So for Elizabeth Warren to say she wants to give taxpayers money, $57 million as reparations, black people, y'all should be fucking offended. Y'all should be highly offended of this horse shit. Because we ain't even got reparations. And she's talking about giving them reparations. Okay, this is the last video right here. It's the last part of the video. In this video, I watched a little bit of it. This is going to show you that it's not about acceptance. It's about you better agree with this. Even though you don't know what it is, you better agree with it. You better agree with it. You better.
Well, the tolerance police have a lot of power here in America, in case you haven't noticed.
The tolerance
but they're
police.
even stronger in Canada. Just yesterday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin
I'm glad I live in
an
America.
official
I swear
apology
to God.
gay and transgender Canadians for past state discrimination against them. But now, teachers in Durham, Ontario, had to attend an inclusiveness training course for the deep breath here, LGGBDTTTIQQAAPP community, which is apparently a community, that 15-letter acronym intended to encompass all sexual minorities.
What the fuck is all this shit? What the fuck?
Stephen LeDrew
is
is the former president of Canada's...
Nobody knows what LGGBD do, what the ABC element. Nobody knows what that is. This shit is made up. Why do I have to believe in fairy tale lands? Because somebody tells me fairy tale land is reality. Just because they want to feel comfortable. Why do I have to believe in fairy tale land? Oh, fuck. I fucked up.
Canada's Liberal Party, and he joins us tonight. Stephen, thanks for coming on.
Hi, Tucker.
So what does this acronym mean specifically? What are the categories?
Well, I mean...
Look, he don't know. He's like, well, this is how you know somebody's about to feed you some horse shit when they don't know. He asked him, what does it mean? He's like, well, yeah, he don't know. He don't know.
According to LGBTQ...
according to what they say. When a liar tells you the truth, which is a lie, according to the liar, does that mean it's the truth?
Communities, and there's a few extra ones they've added in there, and no one goes by that. Maybe that's to teach kids the alphabet or not, but generally it's referred to, and the Prime Minister referred to it yesterday in the House of Commons during his apology, as LGBTQ. And some people don't even know what it means, but they just know that means inclusiveness. It's a good thing. It's a question of tolerance.
Watch this question.
Right, of course, but I guess what piqued my interest was the addition of new letters, each representing a new category. And I'm not against it, kind of confused by it, and I just want to know what it means. Do you know what the acronym stands for? Do you know what those 15 groups are?
What's the problem with it? You know, even
I'm not saying what it stands for.
Because nobody knows what it is, and people get mad when you ask questions. You can't even ask questions. It's you better. You better agree with this. Fuck your questions. I don't give a fuck what you think. Fuck your questions. You better agree with this. Don't ask no questions. Just go with it.
So I'm not saying there is a problem with it. I'm just asking what it is, because defining the terms is the first step to understanding them and then accepting them. So what is it?
He don't know.
Well, I mean, you've got it in front of me. You have me at a disadvantage on that one because to be very candid with you, as I said, everybody in Canada knows what LGBTQ, sometimes a 2 in the end, means. But that long one, quite frankly, until your producers showed it to me, I hadn't seen it. But then I looked at it.
Then why would you say it's a good thing? You don't even know what it is. And this is the fuck shit right here. I don't know what this shit is, but I'm just supposed to agree that it's okay. I'm just supposed to obey the overlord just because they're telling me something is okay.
And you have all the definitions through there.
Okay, that's fine, but then why do you think it's a good thing if you don't know what it is?
Exactly.
But what's the matter with it?
Because nobody knows what it is. See how he's dancing? What's the matter? Because we don't know what it is. We just want to know what it is. We just want to know. So we can know if we want to indulge in it. We just want the choice. That's all we want is the choice.
I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, you could hand me a box and say there's something great inside, and my answer would be, okay, what is it? I mean, I don't pronounce things great until I know what they are.
Open the box. What if there's a bomb in the box and I open it and it blows up? He don't even believe this shit. They got the dude, the mascot for Six Flags up there saying horse shit. And I'm supposed to just believe this horse shit. Open the box. Come on, bro.
Have that problem. So, I'll get specific with you. And this is meaningful because teachers are being taught this, kids will be taught it, and I think I have a right to non-judgmentally ask what they're talking about. So, for example, what's two-spirit?
Well, two-spirit sounds like there's someone they don't know whether they're fish or fowl. They don't know whether they're frick or frack. So they're clearly confused. And, again, if you're confused, what better place to go than to be at school?
I thought they weren't confused.
All those categories, I'll bet you, Tucker, all those categories that are in that long litany that you laid out there, I'll bet you that no one, well, maybe 5 people in all of Canada, could lay out what exactly those are. But if
nobody can lay out exactly what they are, why do you get to teach people if you don't know what it is? Why do you get to teach people this shit?
Are a better person, that they are more included in society, if there's someone else in society, some teachers who understand them or who want to understand them, that's what Canada's about.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Look, I'm for people feeling included. I'm against meanness. I'm for politeness. But I also believe in the right to ask simple questions and get direct answers. So if you're teaching kids about a group, I think it's fair to define what it is. I mean, you don't know, but you're willing to say, well, it's great, and I'm baffled by that because maybe it's not great. Maybe we should find out what it is before we say that, no? Or is everything the teachers group think up good by definition?
I think you're absolutely right. Well, no, I'm not saying that everything the teachers groups thinks up is good. I mean, they've had some very different things before. They had a measure last summer, and if they were in the States, they would have said, no school can be called the George Washington School. They said, get rid of that first Prime Minister of Canada. So they aren't always on par. But on this one, and to be very candid, as I said at the outset, I don't know what all those mean.
That's the point. We all mindlessly go along, but the point is we're all bullied. We're all afraid to act.
Think about that right there. We all mindlessly go along.
That's the point. We all mindlessly go along, but the point is we're all bullied. We're all afraid to ask honest questions like, what is this? And what bothers me is we don't know who makes up these categories. So there are 15 different groups in this acronym. Did anyone poll them and ask, do you want to be included? Do the asexuals want to be with the allies and the pansexuals and the polyamorous?
Why you keep making
this is
it
all made up. Nobody asked anybody, and now it's imposed on the rest of us.
Everybody wants to be included. That's what this whole thing is about. It's society. You want to be included. That's a social contract.
That's not what it's about.
So, no one, I'm sure, went out and polled people, and they said out of the 1,000 people, if you are that 5th category in that long line of that long litany of names that you have, right, no one's going to be polled on this thing. But it sounds to me that you're taking an issue with some teachers saying, let's try to bring it together. You're
totally
That's
missing
not what he
it.
said.
I'm for bringing people together. I think there's something inherently divisive about making up a, quote, community without asking anybody in the community if they constitute a community. And by the way, I would question, I mean, did anyone even ask? Like, who made this up?
Because there are, nobody ever likes to talk about this, there are, actually, gay people, gay men, lesbian women, that say transgender people aren't part of the community. But nobody ever talks about that.
These rules, we have to abide by them, so it seems fair to ask. Where did this come from?
Well, it's not a rule, Tucker. That was what you're reading is
something
that was created by teachers. They said, let's bring all the groups in. We have these names. I'm sure there was no poll on it. I know in the States everything is run by polls. We don't do that in Canada. They said, let's just get every group, every
Yeah, they don't do that in Canada. Whatever they say goes in Canada. You can't talk back. You can't fight freedom. They don't got freedom of speech. So whatever the Canada overlords say, you better do it. You better do it.
Canada. What were you saying? You don't do polls in Canada because you don't care what your population thinks? That's not meaningful to you?
No, we do polls, but we don't run everything by polls. What I understand
is you just impose it by fiat on a passive population. Is that what what point are you making?
Are you picking on our prime minister?
I'm not picking on. I'm pro Canada. I just came to ask simple questions, as we do in this country, hoping I would get a straightforward answer, not finding one, pressing forward a little more gently, politely, respectfully, and getting nothing.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel I'm giving you nothing, because I'm giving you the honest truth. The honest truth is that most people in Canada would not know all those categories, but they would say, you know what? Even if there's 10 people out there in Durham County.
That's not true. Y'all seen the last video. Y'all seen it. So what the fuck is he talking about? He don't even know. And he's from Canada. I know. And I'm from America. So what the fuck is he talking about?
Where this group was meeting, then that's a good thing. Bring them in. And if they're saying that they have some sexual change or some sexual option that I don't know about, well, let's all talk about it. And that's what that thing was for the meeting. It's for an invitation for everybody to come in.
So what if somebody said,
okay,
I guess what bothers me, look, this is taking place in Canada, so it doesn't affect me or most of our viewers directly, but I just sort of wonder, because free speech is not guaranteed, as you know, in your country, and people are in prison for saying unpopular things there. I wonder what would happen to someone. Think so. Well, you're wrong. They are. But I wonder what would happen. What would happen to somebody who said, I'm not interested in playing along with this. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Leave me alone.
You actually can go to jail in Canada if you misgender somebody. Most people think misgendering somebody is you call me a girl. No, misgendering somebody is, say, if I identify as a woman and you come up to me and say, "What's up, bro?" I can call the police on you for that. So he's lying. Six Flag mascot man is lying.
Kids to read and do math. That person would be dismissed as insensitive or bigoted or worse, wouldn't he?
No, they wouldn't.
He's lying.
We're not judgmental like that. So
yes, you are. He's lying. That's why he laughed immediately.
Would be dismissed as bigoted, but in Canada they wouldn't be. They say, okay, fine. That's your opinion.
It's not true.
Others have a different opinion.
It's not true.
If only that were true.
And you know what?
I wish that were true. I mean, that's the country I want to live in. I want to live in a country where we can disagree, we don't call each other names, and we just sort of agree to disagree. But that's not the country you live in, and increasingly that's not the country I live in.
Oh, it is. It is the country that we live in, Canada. There's a big difference between the United States and Canada, and that's one of the differences. And I asked you, Tucker, to tell me who's in prison in Canada for saying something wrong. We have a great
people are prosecuted for hate crimes in Canada for expressing things that are unpopular, and that's Canadian law. Mark Stein got sued over this. Yeah, okay.
No,
all right,
you know what?
Stephen,
Mark Stein. Go look up Mark Stein,
y'all.
I don't look it up, but I know exactly what he's talking about.
Talk about that in some detail. But in the meantime, thank you.
All right, y'all. That's the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think. So comment down below what y'all think about this this gay agenda stuff. Am I reaching, or do y'all believe me, or let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Don't hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Peace.